Hey, welcome back. I'm John Tabler, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite dishes. It's something that's really easy to make. You really want to make food quickly, so this is really a 5-minute meal, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It really doesn't have a name because it's like pot roast, but without roast. It's actually with hamburger. It's kind of like stew, but not with a broth that's in it. And so I'm going to show you how to do this. If you try it once, it won't be the last time. You'll love it. And so I've made it really easy. Starting off, I'll use a pound of grass-fed burger. You can get it at your market or at Walmart. You really want to use grass-fed burger because that's what cows are supposed to eat, grass. And so anything other than that causes problems in them, and that's when they start having to give antibiotics and other things to them, and it's just a bad deal. You don't want that. It's actually proven that the fats in grass-fed beef are a higher quality and much better for you, and a completely different kind of fat, almost like when they're eating the wrong thing, their body's reacting and creating a substance that you're not supposed to eat at all. And so it's best to stick with what animals are supposed to eat. You know, if you think about it, animals eating grain, they wouldn't have any way to eat grain in nature. They wouldn't be able to get that grain out of the wheat stalk. It's actually, if you've ever felt a wheat stalk, it's sharp. You can't get it out without grinding. That's why they had a thing called the threshing floor in old times, where they'd just grind it between two surfaces and the grain would come out, and then they have to crush the grain. So that's what they feed cattle after they take them off the grass and put them in a feed yard. So that's why you're going to have grass-fed meat. So I've already put a pound in a pan. My pan's not the biggest, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do is take a couple potatoes. Really, it's dependent on the size of your pan, but a couple should be enough. I've already washed them, so I'll just quickly cut a couple different sizes. You might want some bigger chunks. Okay, and then we got a couple carrots, same thing. We'll cut those. Be careful, do not get your finger. That would not be good. And so then I'm going to put a couple celery stalks and cut off the bottom. Just cut the bottom and the top off. I've already washed these. You just do a quick rinse and cut them. You know, really, you don't need to cut them if you don't want to. You just throw them in there. The main thing that you want to get in to the pan is the onion. So this one has a little black area in the potatoes. Potatoes often get that. I just cut it off. We're going to throw these. As you can see, I'm throwing. We're going to very gently lay them into the pan. Mix it around. The onion. Whoa, there goes, whoops, there goes my salt. Now you notice I don't have an apron on. Normally I don't make a mess. And normally I don't knock the salt container off. What we're going to put though is about a teaspoon in. You want to put a little less than you need at the start. You can measure it a little bit by the spoon. And we're going to get our onion cut. I'm actually going to put this on the burner. We want to turn it on to medium. Just a little bit above medium. An onion, I'm probably going to use about 2/3 of it, but you know, do whatever you want. But when you throw these all together in the pan and you turn this on, you're going to be amazed what happens. You're going to find now that you can cook. You can have great meals. And you don't have to do too much. I'm done, basically. I try on this channel to make things as simple as possible because so many people don't cook because it's seems too difficult. But all I've done here is put onions, carrots, potatoes, and celery in a pan. Salt is important. I got about a teaspoon right now. That was just a little bit for good measure there. Yeah. We want to put a lid on. That size of pan, as you can see, it's full. Okay? So can't really do any more than that in that pan. I could get a bigger pan, obviously, but use what you have. And when you put this on now, I'm going to cook that. That's going to be done in probably 15 minutes. It takes less than 5 minutes to make it. All I'm going to do now is just sweep it off, clean it up, I'm done. And you're going to have, you can go about your business now and then come back in about 8 minutes, and you're going to break up that burger, and those vegetables are going to start steaming in there, cooking in there. And when this gets done, it's as good as anything anyone would make. Now the onions at this point are making me tear up. So I'm going to have to stop, but I'm going to come back in just a few minutes when this is already cooking and give you a look at that and show you exactly what happens. You're going to like it, and I'll be back in a minute. So after about 10 minutes, so right around there, you want to take the lid off and just break up the burger and stir around the vegetables a little bit. You'll find there's plenty of moisture in there to cook everything just perfectly. Just break it up and move it around a bit, and don't spill it off the side of your pan. That wouldn't be especially great. And then put the lid back on and just let it cook probably about another 10 to 15 minutes. You can come back and try when those carrots and those potatoes are and the onions are cooked and it's salted to taste. You're going to love it. It's done, and it doesn't take very long at all. It's so simple. And so I'll be back in just a little bit and show you the result. Okay, so it's been about another 10 minutes, and so I'm going to take the lid off and just stir it. And one thing I wanted to touch on, if you use grass-fed meat, the fat content will be just about perfect. You really want to use not more than 15% fat, but 90%, 10% fat and 90% meat will give you just about the perfect amount, so you really don't have to drain the grease. And that is looking just perfect. You just stir it a little and take a fork and just test one of your potatoes or one of your carrots. And that's just about perfect, exactly how it is right now. I'm going to give you a look at that. And you can see it's just right. You can taste a piece of the burger. And if you want a little bit of salt and pepper, you can do that. Put a little more pepper, a little more salt, and that is ready to go. So just like that, in only about 5 minutes of preparation time, you have a great meal, a healthy meal. You can just take a spoon and scoop that out. And this is really, it's just like you made pot roast in just a few minutes at home. That was probably just shy of 20 minutes cooking time. You saw how fast I made it. However fast you can pull those vegetables out of your refrigerator and wash them off really quickly. Put them in the pan and turn it on medium. Go about your business. Come back and stir it once. Put a little olive oil on top of it. And let's see how it tastes. Boy, that's just about perfect like that. I think I'll set that salt shaker aside. Maybe a tad bit more. But that is just a fantastic, healthy meal for you. Vegetables, grass-fed meat, all made just quickly. You come home from work and put that in and eat fresh food in no time. You're gonna love this. I was getting ready to make it for myself and I said, you know what? This needs to be in a video. And so that's what I did. You're gonna love it also. Hit like and subscribe down below and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know how you like this.